You're beautiful, you're beautiful, you're beautiful, you're beautiful, you're beautiful.
How's it going? Oh, it's over.
Please trickle in at your leisure. Get yourself nourished. Every time I organize a show, there's a period of like freaking out a little bit before the show, and I'm always like, why do I do this? What to myself? Like, it's kind of stressful, and you know, this whole, you're like, is this even worth people coming out? You know, there's like this whole thing that happens internally, and then the moment comes, and I see my friends and family and people I love gathered, and I feel my heartbeat elevated, I feel alive, and I'm reminded that this is one of the reasons that I'm here on this planet. And so I'm just really grateful that y'all would take the time to be here at almost 9 p.m. on a Sunday when the roads are the way they are, and you know, that you find it of importance to be here with me tonight. So the show that you're about to see, I just have a few things to say about it. I've been working on it over the past 2 years, and I was in here the other week for an open mic, and Kadima approached me about doing this show, and it hadn't necessarily congealed at that point into what you're about to see. It was a lot of dissonant pieces that have now come together for this moment, and this will be sort of a one-time experience. I've never done anything like this. It's going to be sort of equal parts rap and poetry. I have 7 songs and 7 poems compiled, and also going to do a little play, a little freestyle, work with some talented people in the audience as well. Yeah. So yeah, feeling super grateful for this space, for Kadima and you know, her whole family for acting as sort of catalysts and, you know, bringing people together in this way. And just grateful for all of you being here. So yeah, let's speak for itself. I will say this, one more thing about it, that in that time, in the past year and a half, I've gone through a lot of growth and what one could refer to as a spiritual awakening. Some people are afraid of that word, spiritual. Some people are fanatic about that word, spiritual. I like to find some sort of a middle ground. Yeah, so this body speaks to that questioning and reassessment of who am I and what is faith. Welcome to the moment. You see, this moment is medicine. The music is medicine. The movement is medicine. The men and women assembled in this sacred circle echo similar concentric circles, sweeping the globe's surface, completing circuits. We hum the melodies of our collective memories, stirring stillness, turning meditative motions to waves of wellness at will. We surrender ourselves to destiny's momentum, dancing downhill. The remedy is the molten soul, surging through our unified pulse, sifting through our cellular structure, solidifying in our sweat as love. We shed ourselves of shells that once held us captive as we pass the poison through our pores, pouring ourselves out of our isolation into the waiting palms of our people, our plants, our planet. Can we trust that we will be caught by our community? Can we feel that cradle of connective webbing that carries us? Can we worship the innate intelligence of our tendons and tissues, if only for one moment? Because if we can trust, then falling becomes feeling. Forcing becomes flowing. And fear becomes faith. If we can trust, then the struggle between life and death, light and dark, illness and health, that struggle becomes a dance.
Woo!
So this poem is called The Cave. As a lot of my work is sort of a nod to the divine feminine. If you walk into the cave of my mind, you'll find yourself greeted by a massive phallic altar, filtered with cigarette butts, beer cans, and rap lyrics, mala beads, incense, and fresh fruit. On the walls, images of cave paintings and buffalo hunts intermingle with pictures of lost lovers and corporate logos. Scattering the ground are various garments, each with various hues and patterns, dreamy blues, rich purples, smoldering browns, the archetypal apparel of my multiple personalities. In this place where the formations of my mental mantras inform the physical feng shui of my psyche, you will see a tree growing out of the floor in the center of it all, with fresh, fleshy, succulent emerald limbs. In front of the sacred tree, a woman sits naked in lotus position, chanting her respects aloud. She is absolutely radiant. She wears a necklace of bones and a wreath of dandelions. All of the animals of the cave gather around her: goats, chickens, pigs, turtles and frogs, spiders and serpents, butterflies, apes and ravens, earthworms and octopi, cats and canines. Behind her, in the corner of the cave, there is a great fire, burning brightly and smoking gently. An old hermit and a young child sit on the dirt floor, each one of them holding a sheepskin drum. They play together in unison, reminding one another to stay on time. As the rhythm gets louder, the woman's chants turn to moans. And as the 1,000 tiny suns in her womb begin to churn, she weeps. She howls. She sweats. She bucks. She writhes. And as she breathes deeply into the ecstatic pain of it all, she finds stillness. The rhythm wanes, the waves settle, contractions subside, and there is peace.